organization right now.
It just seems like such a great fit, adding a 29-year-old all-star two-way perimeter player to join a gifted young playmaker and an elite young big man. Sixers have it all. But they also have chemistry problems. Ramona Shelburne and Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that Jimmy Butler has aggressively challenged head coach Brett Brown about his role in the offense. And this comes after Joel Embiid expressed concern about his role since Butler arrived. Now, Butler can become a free agent this summer, but ownership is hoping to sign him to an extension. His problems assimilating into the team's framework, though, is causing some concern. Here's Adrian earlier on SportsCenter.
Ownership, management, certainly the coaching staff, this is their number one priority. They invested a lot in that Jimmy Butler trade. You know, this wasn't made for the short term. They want to re-sign him in free agency, and they want to know that this group, this big three, can go forward together for years, and they have weeks, months to find that out if this group can coexist, if Brett Brown and Jimmy Butler can work together, if Butler can work with Simmons and Embiid. But the focus of this entire organization is on making this work, and they're going to keep chipping away at it. His best chance to get, you know, his biggest payday, long-term deal is with the Sixers, but there is work to do. There's relationship building that has to come, and there's a trust here that the Sixers have to come with Jimmy Butler to all get on the same page.
Butler's got a different role in Philly when you compare it to what he did in Minnesota, averaging 48 touches per game since he joined the Sixers. That's down 15 touches per game from his time in Minnesota. Now, 76ers don't run much pick and roll in Brett Brown's offense. Butler averaging 4.4 plays as a pick and roll ball handler, less than half as many as the average with the Timberwolves. And Butler isn't running as many isolation sets either. He's averaging 3.1 isolation plays per game in Philadelphia, which ranks third on the team. He led the Wolves in that category, averaging 4.6 isolation plays per game. All right, so let's chop this up with NBA Countdown's Chauncey Billups, who nice enough to hang around with us and break this down. So Philly had to know what they were getting in Jimmy Butler because there were problems at his previous two stops. So should they be surprised now?
Surprise. You know, I learned very early in my career, you know, your reputation will beat you there. It won't meet you there. It'll beat you there.
Okay.
So they traded for Jimmy. Obviously a phenomenal talent. You can't get that kind of talent anywhere. He's an all-star. He really is. He's a multiple-time all-star. He will be. But he had some luggage when he came with him. And this is one of those things. And, you know, it's just tough. But the interesting thing I think about it is, like, Jimmy has a lot of leverage here.
Right.
Because if he doesn't sign back because he's unhappy with maybe his role, teammates, whatever it might be, now you end up losing Saric, Covington, and Jimmy Butler for nothing.
They traded Saric and Covington to get Butler.
Correct. So you lose all of those guys for nothing. So he has a lot of leverage here. They have to listen to him. I'm pretty sure they'll be on their best behavior trying to impress Jimmy because they want to sign him back. He's just a big-time talent.
You know how it goes in the NBA. Sometimes when there are problems between players and coaches, the coach gets sacrificed. But it sounds like Brett Brown has a lot of security there. Could this be a scenario where if the ownership wants to keep Butler around, they sacrifice Brown in the process?
I don't know that they will. You know, they're all just growing together. It's a process, right? Yeah. I mean, even Embiid earlier,
I've heard that
a few weeks ago, basically saying he was a stretch five. He was unhappy with his role. But they're all getting to know one another, coach included. So they have to show some patience there. But they got some talent that you just can't have. I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm saying they'll probably have 3 All-Stars, maybe the only team in the league with that. I just think they got to show some patience and just kind of ride it out.
Thanks for hanging around, man.
Yes, indeed.
Always good having you on the show. Knicks and Lakers, LeBron James missing his 5th straight game. No Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers either. He's got a bruised back, and that hurts just talking about it. Damian Dotson missed the 3. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope hustling for the rebound. And you know what? It's always good when you show that kind of hustle right in front of the owner. He almost took out Jeannie Buss trying to save that ball. Under 2 minutes to go. Kevin Knox uses a screen, and the handoff from Enes Kanter puts the Knicks up 5. Under a minute to play, Lakers down 4. Lonzo Ball, to no one in particular. Lakers 16 turnovers. Emmanuel Mudiay not able to hit, but Kanter finishing it off. Tim Hardaway Jr. with 22. Lakers now 1-4 since James went down with that groin injury.
I cannot wait for that movie. Back on SportsCenter, Nicole Briscoe, Jay Harris, Luka Doncic, and the Mavericks taking on the Celtics in Boston. No Kyrie Irving for the second straight game. Scratched cornea. Luka Doncic, he can see very well. Boom. I mean, Circus 3 as the buzzer sounds. Mavs going to the breakdown 7. Third quarter, Harrison Barnes to Luka. He had 19, 9, and 4. Mavs within 1 moments later. Terry Rozier, Al Horford working the pick and pop. Horford for 3, sparking a Celtics run. Jason Tatum to Horford gives it back. Celtics with a season-high 35 assists. Tatum with the 3. He had 18 points in the game. Fourth quarter, after the miss, Celtics grabbed the offensive rebound. Jaylen Brown, top of the key for 3 at a game-high 21. Dirk Nowitzki played what could be his final game in Boston, and listen to how the crowd welcomed him. That is cool. Dirk needed 2 points to pass Kobe as the Western Conference's leading scorer at TD Garden. So he wanted to see the legend, and he wanted to see him make some history. But Dirk was 0 of 10 from the floor, most misses without a make in a game in his career. Final seconds, Dirk, good look from 3. No, cannot connect. And watch how both benches reacted. They wanted to see it like, dude, really? Yes!
They knew.
No. Oh. Dirk finished the night, no points, did not pass Kobe. Celtics get the win. Dirk, explain yourself.
Yeah, I mean, super sweet, super emotional. You know, it's sweet when not only your home fans but fans on the road appreciate what you've done in the last 2 decades. So appreciate the fans of Boston, and unfortunately, really disappointed I couldn't even make one. You know, had some great looks. They were trying to make me score at the end there. I think on the one switch, I think it was Wanamaker. He didn't even put his hands up, and I still came out really short. So yeah, it just wasn't my night.
Man, I wanted to make a shot. Jesus Christ. Of course, it's going to be a sad day when Dirk steps away from the game. It's super cool to just be in his presence and watch him out there. He's a true legend.
Much respect. Very cool. It wasn't Dirk's night, but that's okay because it happens to the best of the best. There have been 4 Hall of Famers in the last 35 seasons to go 0 for 10 or worse in a game. Mitch Richmond, Dino Raja, Isaiah Thomas, and Karl Malone. Dirk, for sure to make it 5 Hall of Famers after he retires. Nicole.
The Nets took on the Grizzlies last night, Jay, and the Nets have been so good in December. The focus has been on defense, but have you seen Jarrett Allen? Nets down 1, not anymore. He will block you. He will dunk on you. And what do you say about the throw?
It is always flowing.
12 points, 12 rebounds. Fourth quarter now, Nets up 5. Joe Harris. Like, this makes me go, oh! I mean, he got the points, but he went down hard and then got up quickly. Brooklyn led 192, and Harris might be the toughest guy on the floor. About a minute later, Harris, this time the dish to Allen, and Allen a little bit more offense. The Nets won 109-100. They've won 11 of their last 14, and if the playoffs started today, they would be in. They'd be the 8th seed in the East.
LeBron James missing his 5th straight game. Lakers taking on the Knicks. Fourth quarter, Knicks down 102-101. Damian Dotson 3, no. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope hustling for the rebound and then goes into the stands. Nearly runs in the Lakers owner, Jeannie Buss, trying to save the loose ball. Knicks ball despite all that hustle from KCP. Y'all all right? Good? Okay, we can play it. Under 2 minutes to go. Kevin Knox using the screen. Handoff from Enes Kanter. Runner on the baseline. Under a minute to go. Lakers down 4. Lonzo Ball. And he's going to turn it over. Lakers 16 turnovers in this one. Ball had 6. On the other end, Knicks looking to put it away. Emmanuel Mudiay, no. Enes Kanter rebound, yes. Lakers 1-4 without LeBron. They lose 119-112. Knicks center Enes Kanter will not travel to London with New York when the Knicks play the Wizards on January 17th, saying he fears for his life because of his ongoing clash with the Turkish president. Kanter is a native of Turkey, has been an outspoken critic of the Turkish government and the president, even going as far as to say they've targeted his father because of Enes's criticism, and that traveling to London with the Knicks could get him killed.
Going to London, well, I talked to the front office. Sadly, I'm not going because of that freaking lunatic, the Turkish president. You know, there's a chance that I can get killed out there. So that's why I talked to the front office. I'm not going, so I'm just going to stay here to just practice here. So it's pretty sad that, you know, just all this stuff affects my career in basketball because I want to be out there, help my team win.
This is just the latest in Enes Kanter's recent and ongoing struggles with his native Turkey. In May of 2017, Kanter had his passport revoked by the Turkish government and was detained at a Romanian airport after he was critical of the Turkish president. His father was arrested and charged with connections to a terror group in June, which Kanter believes was done to scare him.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. El Duncan and Matt Barry checking in on the Knicks and Lakers. LeBron James still not in action. We'll update you when he is. Fourth quarter, Knicks down 102-101. Damian Dotson misses the three. Watch Condavious Caldwell-Pope. He hustles for the rebound and hurdles into the first row. KCP nearly runs into Lakers owner Jeannie Buss. She would probably applaud him for the hustle. A lot of $75 beers were in danger.
You know it.
Nonetheless, they were safe.
They
Under
can
2
afford
to
it.
play. Kevin Knox uses the screen. Handoff from Enes Kanter. Runner on the baseline. Knicks up. And then this is the story last night for the Lakers. Lonzo Ball turns it over. Lakers had 16 turnovers in this one. Knicks looking to put it away. Emmanuel Mudiay misses. Kanter for the putback and rebound. Knicks snap an 8-game losing streak. 119-112. The final. Staying with the Knicks, their center Enes Kanter will not travel to London with New York when the Knicks play the Washington Wizards on January 17th, saying he fears for his life because of his ongoing clash with the Turkish president. Kanter is a native of Turkey and has been an outspoken critic, of the Turkish government and president, even going as far as to say that they've targeted his father because of Enes's criticism and that traveling to London with the Knicks could get him killed.
Going to London, well, I talked to the front office. Sadly, I'm not going because of that freaking lunatic, the Turkish president. You know, there's a chance that I can get killed out there. So that's why I talked to the front office. I'm not going, so I'm just going to stay here to just practice here. So it's pretty sad that, you know, just all this stuff affects my career in basketball because I want to be out there, help my team win.
So if you're wondering what on earth we're talking about, here's a timeline of events. Enes Kanter's recent ongoing struggles with his native Turkey. May 2017, he had his passport revoked by the Turkish government and was detained at a Romanian airport after he was critical of the Turkish president. And then, as I mentioned a second ago, his father was arrested and charged with connections to a terror group in June, which Kanter believes was done to scare him.